Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I have Anbernic's new RG28xx. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago. Let's have a quick unboxing, see how it plays, and we'll take it from there. Let's get started. Okay, so box, normal Anbernic box, white, silver inlay on this one. Walk around, not much. I did get the orange one, hopefully the right one's in here. Looks like the right one. So we got the unit. There was no screen protector shipped with this one. I thought there was. I checked the order and it's not even listed on the site. So no screen protector with this one. So you get your Anbernic little manual. So if you're new to it, it just shows you some hotkeys, how to get in and out of games, how to launch stuff, how to set it all up, what each thing on the main menu, on the main interface looks like. Japanese on the one side, or Chinese, and then English on the other, just like in all of them. And then I got the 128 megabyte game card. We'll put that in. And then in here should be just the charging cable. It should be USB to USB-C. Yeah, USB to USB-C. Okay, so let's put that aside, and you're all here for the main show here. Now they got the color right. Wow, that is orange. That is definitely orange. Okay, so on the front we have our D-pad. Everything seems a little small. D-pad's a little small. We got our start select. We got our A, B, Y, and X button. They seem a little small. Hopefully my big fingers are going to be okay. This is a little small. It is rather small. Size comparison. Let's do RG28xx I. Probably a nice one to do. So that's the difference there in the 35xxh. Okay, so 4 buttons, D-pad, start select on the front. On the top we have our R1 and R2, our L1 and L2, mini HDMI, menu, DC and OTG on the top. On the one side we have our volume. On the other side we have our menu button, and probably our power button and our menu button. Menu's there, so this will be our reset button. On the bottom we have our headphone jack, which is always nice. TF1, and I will put the TF2 card in. Okay, so that's the walk around of the RG28xx. Let's put the card in and turn it on. Okay, so I got the 128 gigabyte card, which is the biggest one. It's an insane amount of games. They're all the Japanese, so you know you have to pick and choose. The menus usually aren't great, but for right out of the box with nothing, it's always good to have a good game library. Okay, so that's in there. My fingers have been all over the screen. No screen protector, which is a little weird, which I find weird. There's a screen protector with everyone, and I did check. Okay, so let's turn it on. Yep, green light, there we go. Okay, so that's up and running. So, off the bat, we have our game room, our RetroArch games, our favorite, recent, Search. What is this? Play. Oh, okay, that's all our apps. And we have our settings. So right off the bat, is that set right up? No, it's set right up. That's 5. That's as bright as it'll go. Okay. Lock screen run minute. Let's take it to 2 minutes. Time and date I'm not going to worry about. So we got at the top, we got our battery, we got our lock screen, we got our backlight, I/O test. I/O test. How do you get out of here? Okay, so I press start select to get out. So date time, not going to worry about. Language, there is a lot of them. RetroArch settings. Icons. Set to style 2. Background settings. Oh, that's just so right now we're black, and we got that. I'm gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it where it is. Okay, button sound. That has to go because that is annoying. Custom buttons. Clear your record, so your firmware. This is 2024-04-12. Work light status during sleep, reboot, and then your shutdown. Okay, so menu to go back. Okay, so that is the software. So what do we got in here? We have in the game room. We'll go in here. It's always funner in here. There we go. So in here we got our TF1 card, and you can see we got PS1, Vertical, Capcom 1, Capcom 2, Capcom 3, Neo Geo games, Calibur, Neo, MAME, GBA, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Super Master System, Mega Drive, Sega 3D or Sega 32, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, PCE, MPG, NGPC, Sega Game Gear, and WonderSwan. So that's the games that are in here. So this will be the same games in here, just more of them. So we'll go over here, and then you can see your systems that way instead of the other way. And sometimes it's better to, sometimes they work in here or they don't work in the other one. You just got to flop around a bit. But on card 1, there is probably a lot of games. There's 20 there, 9 there, 9 there, 137 in PlayStation. Neo Geo 99, CPS 3 has 5, CPS 2 has 35, CPS 1 has 30. Final Burn Alpha 60, Final Burn Neo 1600, Homebrew 31, MAME 1392, Vertical MAME games basically 154. You can see there's a lot of games. 28 in the VB, Atari 2600, 593. Poke, there's 28. Pico 8, I do believe, is 39. 49 in GW there. Whoops. So it goes in and out of games fairly quickly. Game Boy Advanced, we got 947. Famicom, 679. Super Famicom or Super NES, 1000. Then we got Sega Master System, $197. Sega 32, I think that's Sega CD, 9. Oh, there's the Mega Drive CD. So this is just 32X. This is CD. We got 11. Mega Drive, we got 649. Just keeps going. 126 for there. Sega Game Gear, Game Boy Color, 400. Game Boy, 700. PCE, 240. Atomic Wave, 5. MSX, 600. Wonder Swan, 65. NGPC, 37. Naomi, 6. And the last one, Ports, 11. So that's just on the second, the big card. The smaller one has another games. Now some of them might be repeats, but you can see there's a lot of games in here. Okay, so then if we go over to here, we have a music player, so you can play music, which I have no music on here. Video, ebooks if you want to read on here, and file manager, which I've heard is not something you want to go play in, and then your exports. Is there anything in the music? No files. Oh, Hotel California comes with it. Okay, that's see how Hotel California sounds. Okay, so that's max volume. Okay, so let's we'll just play a couple here quickly. So we'll check out PSP. So I can't believe this tiny, and I'm playing PSP on it. I got PSP when they were brand new, and it was huge. This is kind of cool. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Anbernic RG28 RGXX. Sorry, the RG28xx. Let's get it right. There's just so many of them. You get them mixed up. I played some games. I'll put 4 or 5 of them because I'm going to showcase different. I'm only going to put a few games in here because I'm going to showcase different games in the coming weeks. I'll just do my play videos of the systems. But it's actually, for the size that it is actually quite comfortable. Now, the one problem that I did notice is my fingers are big, so when I press down on this button, I always hit the screen, so there's always a fingerprint right there. But that's I think that's a me problem, not a system problem. The buttons are actually quite nice. The small buttons, I actually didn't, because of my big finger, I didn't actually accidentally press the wrong buttons. The top buttons here they're not the whole length. They're not centered in the game like the H. They're the H, right? I'm getting them mixed up now. The H, they're not centered like that. They are on the bottom, and actually I think that placement actually makes them quite easy to get at. So the shoulder buttons are quite nice. The screen is really nice, though not that bright, but it has a really nice screen. Like the viewing angles, when you take it from an angle, it gets dark. But if you're playing it like you're supposed to, it is fine. The one thing I did notice, it looks like this is a twisted screen, because when you turn the volume up, it all of the settings, like the menus, are all on the side. See over here. So I'm thinking that this screen must be twisted, and there's just drivers for everything to turn it the right way. But the buttons are all quite well. It played everything that's on the card that came with the card quite well. The sound is tinny. It's a single speaker, but it's good sound. So it is quite small. Definitely pocketable for I'm going to say smaller people. Like, this is no problem for me. I'm 6'3", so this is no problem fitting into my pockets. But for your kids to throw in the backpack and stuff like that, I think this might be a nice, cheap alternative option to throw them to get them involved in gaming, get them involved in retro art gaming and stuff like that. It's tiny. It can go in the backpack, go in a pocket, go anywhere. And if they like music, they can put music in. You could even, if you wanted to, use it as your MP3 player if you go exercise, because it's small enough, right? Apple iPods used to be huge compared to this, so this is actually usable that way too. So the games are quite nice. The buttons are nice. The screen, next to being dull, like, but what I mean by dull is not bright, is good. The button placement is nice. The volume button, everything seems to be really well. So I was actually quite surprised this small handheld was, like, after about a half an hour playing, 45 minutes of playing, my hands weren't cramping. It wasn't too small. Like, if I start playing, what is it, the Nano? If I play the Nano, it's tiny, okay? And it's just not sorry, reaching around getting stuff out of focus. It's just not this is very uncomfortable for someone with big hands to play, but again, it does do music. Then you have the Miu Mini. That is another small one. This one is comfortable to play. This is small enough. These are, they're comparable in size, I guess, just different vertical and horizontal. The Miu, the Nano, though, let me focus out of this. The Nano is a little too tiny to use. So I was actually quite impressed with how this actually worked and how it felt and played. So don't be worried if you're a big hand and this is small. If you want something small to take around, this is fine. If you want something for the kids, remember, no screen protector. That's a downfall. But for playing out of the box, in somebody's pocket, play perfect. Okay, so this is a definite win for what it is made for, and I think the demographic or group that this is made for, people who want to take it out on the go, throw it in their pockets when they go out, so they always have something with them. Okay, so I think it's a win. The screen is nice, buttons nice, tinny speaker, but it's a mono speaker. What do you expect? Okay, this is my review of the Anbernic RG28xx. Depending on what you plan, what you're using it for, it probably might be right for you, might not be right for you. This is my opinion only. But if you just want something you throw in your pocket and you can play, it's a definite must. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.